Hi, and welcome back to Simply Wellness. I'm Anika, and today it is September 13th. I am headed down to Launch Dayton's Business Startup Week, a week long, but it's a 3-day event that really focuses on every area of business that you could possibly be in. There will be a variety of business owners from just getting started to have been in business for a long time to extremely successful. So I wanted to come on and kind of talk about business wellness. Business wellness for me really starts with not always working in the business, but definitely working on the business. And I think for me, for many years, I always worked in the business. Being a hairdresser, always behind the chair, didn't leave much time to work on my business. And so I spent a lot of time in service to my clients, service to the stylists that would rent space from me within the salon. And so it didn't leave much time for me to work on my business and find other ways or learn about other ways to possibly scale it. So it left me really in a stagnant place where I couldn't really grow beyond my capacity as a stylist to service more and more people in a day. I couldn't grow beyond the number of stylists that my salon could fit. So I had 5 stations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stations, and I could only fit 5 stylists within the salon. So once that number was met, I was capped at that capacity. And if I couldn't continue to see more and more clients on a daily basis, then my income personally from behind the chair was capped as well. I've learned in shifting to, the wellness industry and really shifting to our CBD store that it's really almost more important to work on your business as it is working in your business. So currently, I don't service as many clients as I used to. I do hair maybe on Tuesday and Saturday. I see maybe about 8 people a week. So I'm going from 25 people a week to 8 people a week. And so I've been spending a lot of time working on our wellness business and finding ways to grow and scale it. And so today is one of those days where I feel like I need time to be poured into. And it's really important as an entrepreneur that you allow somebody to pour into you. I've always heard that if you're the smartest person in your circle, you need a new circle. You can only grow beyond the company you keep. I found myself for many years kind of always being the motivator, kind of always being the person that's pulling everyone else along. And so as of recently, I've just been really in a place where I want people to pour into me, where I'm really sitting at the feet of people, taking it all in so I can learn and maybe move the needle in my life and my business as well. So today, I'm looking for this particular event to be just that. Some of the classes are going to be on, how to get your LLC. After you have your LLC, what's the next step? I think it's called a lean business model canvas. And that's kind of like a one-sheet business plan. And those are all things that I've already done. Those are all things that I've already accomplished in both of my businesses with writing a business plan and, securing capital to be able to get things started. So what I'm really focusing on today is now that my doors are open, we're in the thick of it. How do I continue to grow and scale from here? How do I clone myself that I can grow beyond my own capacity? And what I mean by that is, right now it's just a one-woman show as far as the store goes, as far as our CBD company goes. So we have a brick and mortar store, and we also have an online store. I do have a virtual assistant that handles a lot of my social media email marketing for me, which has really been helpful because that used to really monopolize my time. And I can do a video on that, on how to, just really utilize that particular service to get some of those busy work things off of your plate. But I feel like I need to figure out, how do I clone myself? What's the best way to train someone to do what needs to be done, so you can work on something else. So as a one-woman show, I am opening the store, I'm closing the store, I'm doing inventory, I'm ordering product, I am shipping, I am filling orders, I'm also, working on advertisement when it comes to doing pop-up shops and vendor shows. I'm the person that shows up for that as well. And as we move towards our second year in business, I feel like it's time for me to really find my right hand. And what I'm realizing is that it really boils down to trust. And as a business person, you have to be able to, as a leader, you have to be able to groom somebody. First of all, recognize someone else's strengths and how it can enhance your business and help you grow. And then you have to support them and recognize that they are skilled to do some of the things that you need done. They may not always do it the way you want it done or always do it the way you do it, but they can be skilled just as well to get things done. It just may take a different route, or it may look different. So I'm conditioning myself to get out of this mode that if I don't do it, it can't be done, or if I don't do it, it's not done right, because that's foolish. I am not the end-all be-all when it comes to retail or having a CBD company. And I think just like with my salon, it became or has become so near and dear to me, where I'm holding on to it personally, that I'm not looking at it as a business or a tool to actually work for me and get me to my goals, right? That's what I'm looking to happen today. I'm looking to network with some people, to have some conversation, to sit in on a couple of classes that will just enlighten me on maybe how someone else has done it. Sometimes sitting and listening to other people's stories and how they've been able to grow and scale their business can help you move forward as well. It's not always a step 1, 2, 3, this is what you do step 1, this is what you do step 3. But sometimes it's just listening to someone else's story and how they've been able to be successful or grow to a certain point that will spark something in you for you to be able to move on to the next level as well, or for you to just take some nuggets from what they have to say that can help push you to the next level. So that's what's happening today. I'm going to try to take you along this journey with me. This is my first official vlog. I tried to do a birthday vlog, but that didn't go very well. So this is my first official vlog for my channel. So I hope you stay tuned to see how the rest of the day goes. I haven't been downtown Dayton in a while, so it looks like they have new parking meters. So we play with the app, Passport Parking. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna get myself together real quick. I always kind of like wear my scarf until I get to where I'm going, because I want to make sure my hair kind of stays in place. It's been raining here a lot, and kind of makes my hair puffy when I don't keep it contained, because once I get out here in this weather, it can make things a little worse. I don't know, it's only like 63 degrees today, so it's kind of chilly. I think I'm going to take my jacket in. I don't know if I'm going to carry like water. I didn't bring like a tote bag. I may just buy a bottle of water from the little cafe. But one thing I wanted to share with you guys, so a lot of times I get nervous when I have to talk in front of people, or if I have to, if I'm going to be around a lot of people, I can get a little anxiety. So I use CBD gum. So the CBD gum, there we go, that I use is this one. It's called Frank White. It's a mint gum. So I like to have something minty in my mouth anyway, but this one is 25 milligrams of CBD. So I'm going to chew on a piece of this gum. It should get in my system within like 15-20 minutes. I'm not feeling real nervous right now, but I want my breath to be fresh, and it'll take the edge off the anxiety once I get in a group of people, especially since I'm running kind of late. So when I walk in, a lot of times in a late room, when you're late, people will turn around and look at you, and sometimes that can be a little nerve-wracking as well. Another thing today, I am going to use business credit card. When you're doing business things or involved with events around business, or you have to, like maybe eating lunch out, probably eat lunch down here. I didn't bring my coffee cup either, so I'll probably grab a cup of coffee. I have to pay for my parking on an app, and so I'm going to use my business credit card today because I'm actually down here for business. Because the business conference is free So everything that I'll learn today or participate in today will help me in every one of my businesses. So, or each business, because I only have 2. Well, technically 3, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So whichever credit card you decide to use, if you have more than one business, or if you only have one business, use your credit card. If you're not going to use your credit card, or say you don't have a credit card or a debit card for your business account, one thing you can do is just keep all of your receipts. Keep your receipts anyway. Some people use apps to download their receipt to, and some people have the ability for you to actually receive your receipt through email. And then that way you can download it to your computer and put it in a file on your computer for safekeeping, if you don't want to hold on to all of these paper receipts. But if you're old school, like me sometimes, go ahead and grab the receipt, and sometime at the end of the day, I'll just put the receipts in an envelope, and then when I have time to go through and actually take pictures of them, I will, and then file them in a folder on my computer or on my drive, Google Drive. Or if you have one of those apps, I think it's Intuit. They have an app where you can actually download it, upload your receipt to the app, and it will keep everything in order for you. So I'll try and find maybe the link to that and put it in the description box below. Okay, let me go ahead and get parked and get in here. Guys, so this is Jasmine, Jars by Jazz. We have been knowing each other for a couple of years now. So she has her cheesecake jars, and you were saying you have a new one?
Yes, I have a new gluten-free jar.
Oh, you got gluten-free?
Yes.
Nice.
Because I got tired of the people just attacking me about it.
Okay.
But this is...
Okay.
I'm going to name her Autumn Night.
Oh, Autumn Night. And so what is the what is the flavor? What does she taste like?
So she tastes like a pumpkin spice
Ooh.
latte with the snickerdoodle.
Oh.
Yes, she does. It's not too much of the tea flavor in there.
Okay.
You'll get a lot of sweetness, but it's a nice balance.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
And so what else do you have today?
So today I just have Hugh Hefner here. And then I have OG strawberries and cream.
Okay, all right. It looks good. Well, you know I'll be back to get mine a little later on. Hey, how are you?
I'm good, Brownie. How are you?
Good. So I'm vlogging today.
Okay.
So just introduce yourself, your business, and what you got going on for today.
Okay. Well, where are we going?
Yes, we're
Okay.
going.
So I'm Netta Patrick, and this is Netta's Naturals. We have handmade soap, lotion, body butter, bath bombs, and some soaking salts up here.
Oh, nice.
So we have a little bit of everything, body wash and all.
Oh, body wash too. Okay.
I make everything myself with the help of my teenage daughter when she's not bogged down with homework.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that.
So I think there are a lot of benefits, more than disadvantages. I think because of being a woman, I think just, having children and being a wife, and I kind of naturally been a nurturer, and so I think I just feel like that's kind of, I have sort of that familial feeling towards people that work in our company, and I worry about them and worry about their lives, and I think that that's an advantage because people want to know that they're cared about. And so I also think, that there's seems as though more opportunities than there used to be in this business. I've never really had any negative pushback or anything. I think just meeting other women that are doing what I'm doing, we tend to kind of have like this looking out for each other and supporting each other, and it's just always been a really positive thing. So I would say overall it's been an advantage.
So I just got out of a session with Chimene Ross, and she is the owner of the Killer Brownie company. So if you're not from Dayton, Ohio, Killer Brownie is a brand that started under Dorothy Lane Market, which is a market that is native to our area. And the Killer Brownie is really a signature of the market. It started as a dessert for the market, and they have actually branched off into their own company, and she gave a lot of really good nuggets in her talk, so I'm going to share some of them with you. I found a really cool table to set up at, so I'm just going to prop my camera up here. The first part of her conversation was really about how her family branched out and made Killer Brownie a brand within itself. But they also talked about with them starting like Dorothy Lane Market in the very beginning, what that looked like. And I hope you guys can hear me. So I'm in like this underground area. They call it the pit, but they left a lot of the spaces really rustic, and there's a lot of art and some original pieces down here from the building in general. So just want to give you an idea of where I am, so I hope you guys can hear me really well. One good bit of advice she had was when you're starting a business that you actually expose your family to the business so they can see the excitement about what you have on your mind as a business, and to get them excited to be a part of it. You want your family on board, so having a business isn't something that you want to keep secret from your family. The second bit of information that she gave was take care of the people that work for you, and they will take care of your business. And so this was, really something that I was really looking to hear today, because I am, like I said before, just a one-woman show, and I'm really looking for my right hand. I'm really looking to start bringing people on that can kind of help me scale and grow my business. And so for her to say, you really take care of your people and your people will take care of your business, that helped me kind of understand what I need to look for in a person and really being solid in my core values. When she was saying, you really want to take care of your people, she also talked a lot about really making your core values of your company known. As soon as she brings a candidate in to work for the company, she shows them the core values, the mission statement, and if they don't believe or align with that, then they may not be the person to work for the company. So not being in a position where you're so desperate for help in general, but to actually look at the core values of your company, live out those core values, and then present them to potential employees that come work for you to see if they align with their core values as well. It's not like you're really having to force your mission and your vision for your company on someone, but just that they're already willing and excited to help you get to the next level. Another bit of information that she gave was when they talked about branching Killer Brownie away from the Dorothy Lane Market, she said she really had to look at, as a company, would the Killer Brownie brand stand on its own? Is it something that people cared about enough? Did it matter to people? And did it meet a need? I thought that was really profound, that she, was really concerned on whether or not the Killer Brownie could live on its own. And Killer Brownie had been around for as long as Dorothy Lane had been around, so it already kind of had legs on its own, but it always operated under the Dorothy Lane Market brand. So to now branch it out as its own entity was the concern, and they had to answer those questions. Is it something that will meet a need? And does this matter to enough people? And I think this is something we have to think about in general when we think about business wellness. We don't want to force our ideas on people. We want them to actually care about what we care about. So it's not forced, and we're not operating outside of our alignment. So from that point, when she talked about her plan, she wrote out a strategic plan. She actually pitched the idea to her father, and who, they had been running a family business, for all these years. And she pitched it to her dad that Killer Brownie be its own entity, and she came to him with a strategic plan and actually built this plan out 5 years ahead. And so that spoke to me and saying, we really have to be a little bit more detail oriented, not just looking at getting things started, what we need to order, where we need to be, what products we need to have to get it going, but beyond all of those logistics, how far can we take the brand? How far, looking at past numbers, can we scale this? And even if you don't have past numbers, looking at where we can scale this based off of your market research. Another really good nugget was, she talked about branding, and your brand not just being colors and not being your logo or your design, but your brand actually being really who you are, who you're trying to impact. So your brand is really who you are and who you're trying to impact, not just brand colors and not your font and your logo and things like that. I thought that was really good. And so she also talked about, just really being a niche. They had tried to do other bakery items, but decided to stick with being the only brownie company that strictly does brownies. They don't branch off and do cookies and cakes and all these other things. And sometimes, speaking from experience, I can get caught up in all of these offerings instead of really homing in on the one thing that can really take the brand to the next level. Of course, you can offer other things at different times if you want to, but if you really home in on the one thing that really niche down your brand and who you want to impact, it just helps things be more streamlined instead of you trying to have all of these arms out into different directions in different areas. So I thought that was really good. This next point was really huge for me. She talked about doing it all isn't scalable. And when I talk about business wellness, that's where I'm stuck. I'm stuck in doing it all. And it's not healthy. It's not healthy for me or my family. And so she talked about doing it all isn't scalable and finding really smart people that know what they're doing. Trust them in their ability to help you grow your business. It goes back to really knowing for sure what your core values are and your vision and your mission, being able to live that out within the company, exposing potential employees to that mission, vision, and culture. If it aligns with them, and then they are really good at what they do, they're smart, and they can really help your vision come to fruition and scale, those are the people you're looking for. So that's who I'm looking for. That's my right hand. So I can't believe, like, the first session I came here and it got exactly what I was looking for. So I think in the car ride down here, just setting my intention on what I wanted to get out of today really helped for me to get that right out the bat. So I'm really excited about the rest of the day. She did give some different books that she likes to read. She feels like it's really important to read, really dive into how other people are maintaining their businesses and what they're doing in their life and their business to help them grow. She says sometimes there's nuggets that you get out of those different stories and different books that can help your business create pivotal moments in your business.
So my name is John. I'm the owner of Vantech Marketing, and today I have laid out 4 easy steps to turn your social media followers into clients.
Focus on digital ads. Now, digital ads, I cannot stress this enough. It has changed the game for me. I completely blew open the door with my business by learning how to run digital ads.
So today, you guys are here because you guys want to figure out, how do I take all these people that are following me and actually make some money, right? Yes. All
right, you guys, that sums it up for day one of Launch Dayton's Business Startup Week. So the night ended with a really cool session, or the day ended, because it's about 4 o'clock here, my time, and the day ended with a really cool session with mom entrepreneurs. And so on the panel were 2 moms, and there were that have like thriving businesses. And the interviewer, the person that facilitated the interview, she actually is a mompreneur as well. And it was really good to hear that, you know, I'm not the only one that suffers from mommy guilt, that I'm not the only one that it feels like I'm on the verge of a breakdown when things just aren't going right, that I'm not alone when I, don't see it on my calendar. If it's not written on the dry erase board, one of the moms said, it just doesn't exist to me. And so it was really comforting to hear from 2 other mompreneurs that were struggling just like I am, who have thriving full businesses. And it's not that they have this big crew or that they have this full staff. They're still wearing a lot of hats within their business, but they're still doing great things. They're landing great contracts with different organizations that's helping their business grow, and they're still being a mom. And they also talked about having very supportive husbands, which, like I do it as well, that work full time, but their husbands step in when it's needed. Their husbands step in when it's time, and so that is their support system. They also said a really good thing about leaning on your entrepreneurial ecosystem to help you get through those hard times. Sometimes your family just isn't going to show the concern you feel like they should, or show the interest in what you're doing in your business the way you feel like maybe they should, and that's okay. They're not gonna, this journey is not for them. This road, this path is yours. And so having a entrepreneurial ecosystem, a group of people that are in it with you, and not directly with you, but that are going through or have gone through some of the same things you're dealing with right now. Someone that has gotten to a point where you're trying to go. It's nice to be able to pull back from that organization, so really tapping in, finding those organizations, finding those groups, spending time with them, talking with them, having conversations with them is the way to do it. So attending a seminar like this, that goes for 3 days, where you're able to lunch with these people. You sit around and you may have a conversation that offers up a little bit of insight into what it is that they're doing, and they may be able to offer up insight into what it is that you're doing. And so that was really, really a huge piece. There was another great nugget that I thought was really good, which made me think about simple wellness and simplifying wellness, even in our entrepreneurial journey. And they were both talking about, the mommy guilt, and how, in general society, we don't look at the man, or the man may not express how he feels guilty for going to work, for leaving the kids behind, for not spending what society says we should spend with our children, the time we should spend with our children. And so, really getting out of feeling the guilt for wanting to see your dream come to fruition, and letting go of the societal expectations of what mothering looks like. Be well. Becoming aware of your thoughts and working through them within the parameters of what you want your life to look like. So we all have to come to the realization of how we, want our lives to look. And it's not really based on anybody else's life. We all have different lives. We all have different obligations, responsibilities. Most of us are not only parents, but we're also caregivers in the capacity of caring for an elderly loved one. So we're in that sandwich generation where self-care is not really an option all the time. And so it just really made me think about how to simplify wellness within the entrepreneurial journey, and how now in my life I've been able to tap into that. How I'm able to use CBD to give me that wellness at a time where things are chaotic. And it's not that I can take time away and, vacation, or I can take time away and go and count 1, 2, 3. Sometimes it's putting some drops up under my tongue and holding it for 60 seconds while I'm listening to someone rant, or while I'm dealing with some anxiety, and swallowing and saying, okay, it's going to be okay. And sometimes it's just a matter of, sometimes we do too much. Sometimes we overwork ourselves. Sometimes we, get in situations where we've stood on our feet too long, where we're producing our product because we have a big show coming up. Like, I've been at this event all day, and I have to go home and still cook for my family. But then I have to go to the store and pack the store up, because I have to be back here tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock so I can set up and vend at this event tomorrow. And so I've been on my feet all day. I've been doing a lot of walking back and forth because I was dealing with the meter. That was another story. But I have to kind of push myself this evening to get these things done. There's not going to be any rest for the weary. So after my son gets off to bed, I'm going to be putting labels on products. I'm going to be, packaging up things and making sure I have everything I need, checking off my list, because I have to be here to vend tomorrow. And so, that may look like me putting on some pain gel on the bottom of my feet and the back of my calves. That may look like me putting on some doing a bath tonight before I go to bed, so I could actually, get some sleep, and putting some little, oh, that kind of hurt, muscle rub on my shoulders so I can get a good night's rest tonight, taking my sleep drops, So I'm glad that I have something that I can lean on. You do too. You do too. So that's just some things that came to me in terms of simplifying wellness in the entrepreneurial journey. I am going to get off of here because I have the rest of my day to tackle and to get ready for tomorrow.